I'm Kamrul Ahashan Rajib, a Scrum Master, IT Project Consultant. Today, I would like to show you what is the difference between a Agile project and traditional project. So it is very easy who are used to in a traditional project to understand for them for a Agile project, and also as a Scrum framework. So I want to explain first what is the traditional project. We know the traditional project. So in a traditional project, there have a CEO and and there have a director for their different division under the CEO, and each and every director have one or more than manager. We can call them managerial level also, and each and every manager or together they have their development team, or we can use to call them technical development team. So the requirements in the project used to come from the CEO to the director, then director to the technical level, and the technical or development level they implement and they developed the requirements of CEO. And when they developed, then it would revert to like the same way from development team to CEO. First development development team to management level, then management level to CEO level. And we know the traditional project have a length, and we know in a traditional level, in a traditional project, there have a time frame also. Time frame, and basically the main thing is the requirements. We know in the traditional project what they require in the project. So we are very used to, and this most of the traditional project is static. That means we know the goal and what we will going to do, what we are building, what we are establishing in our project. And the Agile project, the main difference is here. Agile project, we don't know what is going on. We don't know the requirements of the stakeholders, and anytime anything could be changed. So that's why we established a Agile project. And in the earliest days in the software development project, we used to use waterfall methodology for the product development. Waterfall methodology. So basically the waterfall methodology, they follow the traditional project management. So that's why most of the time in the waterfall methodology project, after the end of the project we get the result, and most of the project were failed because of in this time lots of technology and tools, and I would like to mention the requirements of the stakeholders, the needs of the user are changed. So in this time, the project was lose their time, effort, and money also. That's why our software development project adopt a new formula. Is not the formula, is the new methodology. Is called the Agile Agile is called Agile project, Agile methodology. Basically, I would like to say Agile methodology is a methodology environment for developing our project, for developing our product. So, what is Agile methodology? Basically, in Agile methodology, there we have 12 principles and 4 manifestos. So, every time when we work in the Agile environment, we have to check through and we follow the principles, or we follow the manifesto of the Agile. So this manifesto and principles gives the beauty of the Agile project. And the um, modern project we adopt right now, we are using Scrum framework for development the Agile project. And now I would like to show you what is the difference between a traditional project and Agile project. So, and which is implemented by the Scrum. So now we want to show you what is Scrum. What is Scrum project? So viewer, who are used to work in a traditional project, this is very easy to understand them as a Scrum framework. Scrum is not the methodology. Basically, the Agile is the methodology, and implement Scrum is a framework. So there have a one procedure or framework. So for the building the software, so Agile project, so we can get the result within short time in our principles of Agile, and we follow the manifesto of the Agile. So what is Scrum? So today I want to show you what is Scrum and what is the traditional form. Basically, in traditional form, we used to call this is a form to get the job done. It's called the organogram. Some company, they use their own organogram. That means in our business aspect and business management rules and we follow some organogram to get done the product. So and whichever we get a good output also from the traditional project. But when the project is complex, empirical, so it could be tremendous change, and requirements is change anytime, anywhere, technology change. So that time we are following the Agile methodology, and we get a better performance in this situation. Which project is empirical and very complex, and tremendous change their requirements. So now see, what is the Scrum? Scrum is a formula, and Scrum have a one formula that means Scrum have a team. So in this team there have a 3 role. The role is Scrum Master, and the second role is Product Owner, and the other role is Development Team, Developer. So in the traditional project, we said the technical level, and here is the technical level. So in and Scrum have a guide, so we have to follow the Scrum guide for the Scrum framework for the Scrum implementation. So here we follow the Scrum guideline, which is 3 to 9 member in the team. And this Scrum Master, he is a master of the whole framework. He is the inspector of this framework, and he is also the team player in this team, in this 3 to 9 team. And the PO is also the team member of this team. So who is PO? Basically, here in the traditional project, the CO, that means stakeholders. We can say the stakeholders. So any requirements is used to come from the CO, that means stakeholders. Then it goes to the management level, then the technical level for the implementation. And the same thing in the Scrum team. Scrum team here, the PO is work directly from the stakeholders. So the PO can get the any requirements, any change, anything directly from the stakeholders. So the PO is also a team member. So the PO can communicate with the with their team member and share with their requirements. So this requirements is from the stakeholders. So the development team get it easy. So if they develop something and in between if something could be happen, so they can change it, they can adopt it. It's called Agile. And as a Scrum framework, Scrum guide, the sprint should be 1 week to 4 week length, which is we used to use most of the time. We use 2 weeks sprint. That means 14 days. That means it's a beauty. Within 14 days, we can get the result. So when the traditional project, we have to wait for the whole for the result for the whole length, like 6 months, 12 months, or 2 years, whatever the project length. But in this, instead of when we work in a Scrum framework, we can get the result within 2 weeks. So the project, if the project needs to upgrade anything, so they can adopt it. So if the stakeholders require a new thing, so they can adopt it. Even they have a more procedure to establish the Scrum to deliver their job done. So they follow couple more event, Scrum event according to Scrum guidelines. So dear viewers, today I would like to show you I'm trying to show you what is the difference between a traditional project and a Scrum project. So traditional project organogram and the Scrum team. So how the Scrum team work and the traditional project work. And at the same time, we just give you the example for the waterfall methodology. So yes, this is very effective framework, and basically I would like to say Agile is a mindset for the environment, for the Agile project environment, because the team member, they are also in team member, they have no any managerial role or the top manager, so who just role, but here they play as a team member with them. That's why it comes from the feelings. They understand what is going on and what should be. So in the structurally, this is very similar, and at the same time this is different because of the organogram. We don't know how big, and the response and the feedback when we will get, and it takes some time. In this time, in this case, in the software development project, we use the Agile methodology, and Scrum framework for get it done the project, and we get a very good result, and we can get the within a short time, and uh, and our enforcement and the project cost also. So thank you, viewers. Thank you for today. That's it for today. And next time we will discuss you what about the Scrum event and how the Scrum work from the in the sprint to sprint, and what is the role of a Scrum Master, what is the role of a PO, how they are work with their team as a team member, as a team player, and how they adopt the new thing, and how they remove their impediments if anything comes into their sprint. So thank you, viewers.